right, guys, so this week we're going to be finishing lesson 29. You're going to be doing the introduction and the conclusion. The conclusion and the introduction, right? So you did the last week you did the 3 body paragraphs, and then this week you'll do the conclusion and the introduction. So just like your Faces of History paper, we're writing it from the inside out. So when you do your conclusion, this is when you're really analyzing the story. And one thing to remember is that when you go to analyze it, you don't say, I think, or I believe. You just say the story. Let's see what it said in here. For example, if you say it is a suspenseful story with plenty of thrilling action, your readers will know your opinion, but it will sound much more convincing than I think it was a suspenseful story, right? And so you want to analyze to convince the reader. And remember, you are describing in a more analytical way in the critique. So in the conclusion, avoid saying I think, I feel, or using the word I, because that makes it sound much weaker. So you discuss what you liked, what you didn't like, what was effective, what was not effective in the story. And that's when you're analyzing it, but not to use the word I. All right, then we go down here to the introduction. And with the introduction, the critique introduction differs from the introductions you've written in the previous lesson. So it begins with an attention getter, and we've had that before in our Faces of History, but then it should contain basic information specific to the story that you have read, right? So the title, the type of story, what type of story is it? Is it a thriller? Is it a saga? Just the different story types. Then you give some background about the story, the author, and his or her literary time. So you're just giving more information about the story, what type of story, the author, their background, the publisher, and the date of the publication, okay? So that's all here: title, author, publisher, date, the type of story, and the background information. And then the final sentence, I forgot to say that, from the conclusion. So there's no clinchers in this, right? Because it's just following the story sequence. But the final sentence of your conclusion of the critique must repeat 1 to 3 words from the title. So you get your title from the last sentence of your critique or of the conclusion paragraph, number 5. So I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.